Title: The Bench at the End of the Road. Every morning at exactly 6:30, Noah walked to the same place. It was a wooden bench at the end of a quiet road. Just before the town opened into fields, the paint on the bench had chipped long ago, and one of its legs was slightly uneven. But no liked it the way. It felt honest, unpolished, real. He would sit there with a cup of coffee, watching the sun slowly rise, thinking about all the things he had not done yet. Noah was 32 years old and felt like life had already passed him by. Once he had big dreams. He wanted to write stories, novels, things that made people feel less alone. But life had other plans: bills, responsibilities, fear. Someone along the way, he stopped believing his dreams mattered. Now he worked at a small office, typing numbers into a screen all day, coming home tired, telling himself maybe someday, but someday never came. One morning, as Noah sat on the bench, he noticed an old man already sitting there. The man wore a worn brown coat and held a notebook on his lap. His hair was white and his hands shook slightly as he wrote. No hesitated, then sat on the other end of the bench. Quiet passed between them, comfortable quiet. Finally, the old man spoke. Beautiful morning, is it not? It No nodded. Yeah, it is. The old man smiled and tapped his notebook. I come here to write, helps me think. No felt something tighten in his chest. You are a writer? The old man laughed softly. I try to be. Some days I succeed, some days I don't, but I show up anyway. That sentence stayed with No all day. The next morning, the old man was there again. Same time, same bench. You ever wanted to write? The old man asked casually, as if he already knew the answer. No stared at the road ahead. I used to a long time ago. What happened? No exhaled slowly. Life happened. The old man nodded. Life always happens. The question is whether you stop living because of it. That hit harder than No expected. Over the next few years, they talked every morning about stories, regrets, fear, time. The old man never judged, never pushed, he just listened. One morning, the old man handed No a pen. Try, he said simply. No hesitated. What if I am not good anymore? The old man smiled gently. What if you are? That no that night No opened an old notebook buried in its drawer. drawer. The pages were blank, staring back at him. His hand shook as he wrote the first sentence. It was not perfect. It was not even good, but it was something. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. No started waking up earlier, writing before work, writing after dinner. Some days were frustrating, some days felt magical. One morning, No arrived at the bench and found it empty. No old man. He waited 10 minutes passed, then 20. The next day, the bench was empty again. And the next, finally, No asked around town. That's when he learned the truth. The old man had passed away quietly in his sleep. No sat on the bench, holding back tears. On the seat where the old man used to sit was a small notebook. Inside the last page read, If you are reading this, it means I did not get to say goodbye. That's okay. You were never meant to stay on this bench forever. You were meant to move. You were never meant to stay on this bench forever. You were meant to move forward. Keep writing. The word needs your voice. Noah cried that morning, not just for the old man, but for all the years he had been afraid to start. Months later, Noah submitted his first short story. It got rejected. He submitted another, rejected again. Then one day, an email arrived. We would like to publish your story. Noah returned to the bench at the end of the road. The sunrise looked the same. The air felt familiar. But he was different. He was not waiting anymore. He stood up, smiled, and walked forward, carrying his words with him. Moral of the story: you don't need permission to start living your dream. You just need the courage to begin, even if it's late, even if you are scared.